I've got to be honest with you here. I'm feeling a little bit hard done by because while Roy Hodgson went on a brilliant run with Fulham and took them to the Europa League final, what he didn't have to contend with was prime Barcelona in the group stages. I have no idea how they've ended up here with Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, etc. It's not going to make it easy to get through. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 20 of this FM09 Let's Retro save from Fulham FC. We return to finish off our fourth week of this save, and to be honest, our Europa League draw could not have been much more unkind. Two clubs from European Super Leagues, two clubs that are going to be very difficult to beat, and one of them who in real life in this season were going on and winning the Champions League at a canter. So if you're looking forward to seeing this one, then please do chuck a thumbs up on it, as we also host Tottenham, one of the big six at home, albeit both of us have had a mixed start to the season. Let's go and have a little look though first at the end of the transfer window and our first few games off camera, because so far, so good in recent weeks, albeit the transfer window ended pretty quietly. You can see we were getting a flurry of offers for some of our star players and also for Billy Jones, who is one of our most versatile options that's homegrown in the nation. If we go and have a look at the history, well, there were no more outs, there were no more ins. It ended very calmly. Just a few players going out on loan, including the youngster Frank Stimpson, who has had a really good start at Bristol Rovers. Got a little injury, but 3 goals in 2 games in League One. He's showing signs at 17, isn't he? So with not much going on off the pitch, let's talk about what's happening on it. I should mention as well that we might be able to talk about the owner again soon, because the original one is looking to sell the club here. But this is what we've done so far. You are with me as we competed really well against United, but then threw it away with 10 mad minutes. We're not going to try and replicate that anytime soon. We did, though, pick up a couple of comfortable wins in our next 2. Against Hull City, we won by 3 goals to 1, with Josie Altidore getting a brace and Juan Albin popping up with a fantastic goal again. The next game against Dinamo Tirana, the second leg of that qualifier you saw, it was tie over, so I rotated heavily. I also brought in a few youth players. So Alex Harrison, Paul Webster, Andy Nightingale all started. Richard Gregory came off the bench, all under 17s at the minute. But the rest of the team did pretty well. Ignacevic scored on his debut, and Bobby Zamora managed to get himself a goal as well, which was lovely to see. Then against Reading, another 3-1 victory last time out before the international break. Reda Hangeland was back to his best with a brace of headers from set pieces, and Juan Albin, the provider for those goals, popped up with a goal himself a bit later on. So last year's Premier League Player of the Year already got a couple this time around, but now we've got Tottenham at home. I mentioned we've got that friendly run of fixtures, but it is congested. And as you can see, while the League Cup draw has been a little bit more friendly to us, the Europa League draw has certainly not. We were the 3rd seeds in the group, and you would guess that from the fixtures we've got. Maribor this Thursday, our first game we'll be showing, is, I would argue, a must-win at this point. The Barcelona team is ridiculous. I've no idea how they've ended up in the Europa League. We'll look at the 11, of course, they put out against us, but literally that whole Champions League winning team is there. They've not done much business since the start of the save. I don't get how they're in the Europa. The other one is Sampdoria, which is a little bit frustrating because they are a very good side in this save. It's back when they were a top Italian team. They were regularly qualifying for Europe or on the fringes of it. So really, that home game against Sampdoria is going to be massive. And that's sort of my plan for the rest of this group stage. I'm trying to tie them in and show at least one from each one. I'd imagine we'll beat Maribor at home, so we don't need to show that. I would imagine the Barcelona game's going to be interesting, but I think we're going to show Maribor away, Sampdoria at home, Barca away, and then we'll do the second Sampdoria game if it's still all to play for, which it may well be by that point. For now, though, the focus is Tottenham at home and then Maribor away. I'm hoping we can play first team today and rest a few against Maribor and then against Sheffield Wednesday in the Cup as well. We have managed to get the squad down to a level where everyone could be registered for Europe, and bar Musa Sissoko, there are no injuries to the squad at the minute. A couple either rebuilding fitness after injury like Pennant and Murphy, or in Olsen's case has played on international duty after having a knock. But otherwise, we're okay at the moment. So let's go and have a look at the team and the squad we can put out against Tottenham Hotspur today, because they've got Gareth Bale out, which is a big bonus to us. He's not the world superstar in this one, but he's still a very good player. And it's a Tottenham team that is improving, having finished well in the Premier League last year. For us, though, we've got a pretty good squad, so let's go and run through the 11 today. Bar Sissoko, everyone is fit. And after what happened at Old Trafford, I'm going for Adinho instead of Andreasen from the start. That means our 11 in full is Johan Peller in goal, Rosman and Enrique the fullbacks with Diakate and Hangeland as centre-half, Adinho, Schneiderlin and Skelbred the midfield three for now, and Giuliano, Albin and Altidore the front three. 5 of our starting 11 currently unhappy and wanting to move to a bigger club. That's where the problems come when we get in these tight top games. Is morale going to be costly? It's clinging on at the moment, but it's not as good as it could be. Let's go and get into the Spurs game. We really made our statement last year by adjusting our tactic and beating them 4-1 at home. Are we going to be able to do it this time around, or will it be disappointment again? Let's go and get into it and find out. Very quickly though, off of the bench, I'm going to take one off I think. Is Jermaine Pennant ready? Severely lacking match practice. Let's get him on the bench. And I make one adjustment. He will come in for... I'll do Martin Olsen and then he can start in midweek. Let's go and get into it. Spurs at home. This game is important in the context of our season. Well, a 4-4-2 for Spurs as the young English midfield is coming to fruition again. They've signed Diego Forlan up front now. A second spell in England for him in his career. And King and Woodgate combine at the back again. Will they both manage 90 minutes this time? Josie Altidore has given them trouble before. But it's a good Spurs team on paper. I'd argue we are the better in midfield just. But everywhere else, Spurs probably have the edge. So let's tell the boys they can win this game, get into the first half. It's a strong bench, isn't it? Huddleston, Afellay, Keane and Defoe. I mean, when that's your backup strike partnership, you're doing all right, aren't you? Let's go and get into the first half and see if we can produce the goods. There's 10 minutes on the clock and we're back exactly where we want to be. A corner kick early doors. And Albin, as always, finds Hangeland. His header this time misdirected over the bar. But you look at those match stats in the top right. They're looking good for us early on. A clear-cut chance, 6 shots, 2/3 of the ball. Unfortunately, a first yellow card for Schneiderlin as well. But looks like we're on top in this match. And that's the one thing I wanted with this tactical change. When we're at home, when we're against the sort of the teams that aren't going to win the title but are still great sides, can we compete and be the dominant force? Hangeland heads that one over as well. And while it is clear that our main threat against these sides is still set pieces, we've got to be far enough up the pitch that we can keep winning corners, that we can keep winning free kicks. And that's a pleasing sign as well. As Altidore loses out in the air to Jonathan Woodgate, and Chorluka will bring it down for Ledley King. 25 minutes gone, Spurs yet to have a shot on our goal. Definitely shows progress, but we've not taken our chances and that could leave us in trouble as Jose Enrique mops the ball up to find Hangeland. And now Adinho, lovely ball out to Albin. Great to have a holding midfielder who's brilliant on the ball there. As Albin beats his man to the byline, cuts back to Enrique. Got to look for the cross. Skelbred's at the front stick. Into Schneiderlin. Turns his man. He's got a second bite of the cherry. Ledley King does enough to take the weight off the shot. And straight through to Aurelio Gomez as Milner plays a long free kick. Enrique heads away as far as David Bentley. Albin works back to force him backwards. Jermaine Genius picks it up in the centre of the park. It's wide to Chorluka. Bentley's down the line. Albin closing in, but he does find David Bentley. And he's beaten Enrique. Good ball in. Forlan up, but Diakate wins it. Only as far as Jermaine Genius. His shot, wayward. Miles off target. A very good start for Fulham. Spurs have their first shot, but it is nowhere near threatening our goal. As we're back at the other end with an in-swinging corner. Albin looks for Hangeland for the 3rd time. Oh, and it hits the post. Don't think it came off Hangeland in the end. Pretty sure it was off a defender. But it rattles the woodwork and it's hacked away by Spurs. Is it going to be one of those games where we regret not taking advantage of our dominance? As Adinho nicks it high off Forlan, finds Schneiderlin. Not sure if he's onside. But he's shot straight at Gomez anyway, so it doesn't matter. This is a really good display from Fulham so far. As Hangeland gets the ball on halfway, finds Juan Albin. Turns on the left-hand side. Bentley's beaten. He gives it to Enrique. Skelbred into Altidore. Good little run from him. Peels off the defender. Cuts inside too. Josie Altidore forces a good save from Gomez. Albin puts it back in. It's cleared away as far as Enrique. It is all Fulham. Jose Enrique down the left. Bentley gets in. It's out for a throw. We've had 2 clear-cut chances now and not taken them. The 13 shots to 2 in the first half. Are we going to regret the fact it's still 0-0 as Schneiderlin turns to Giuliano. He's not had a go yet. Giuliano beats 2. Brilliant. Oh, what a goal. No offence, Clint Dempsey, but that's why we upgraded here. Giuliano has produced a moment of Brazilian magic. He beats 2, puts a ball rifled into the top corner. And at the 3rd time of asking, we take a clear-cut chance. but that one was created purely by the magic of Giuliano. Wonderful play from the Brazilian, and one of the three pillars of my old Blackpool save is back and delivering in Retro FM. 2 minutes to the break, we could not deserve our lead more, and the only thing we're disappointed by is the fact it's only 1-0. But we saw this situation against Manchester United, didn't we? So you know what I'm going to say next. Do not get complacent. Do not let it happen, because if we say we're pleased, Spurs will come out and batter us. Maybe it's just second halves we can't perform in. Ledley King coming off, there you go. They just can't make it through 90 minutes, those two. Alan Hutton comes on, Chorluka goes into the middle. Bit of a kick in the teeth for Michael Dawson, that. As Hangeland up against Forlan, headed away as far as Diakate, who flicks it further. Schneiderlin loses out though, and James Milner can work forward to O'Hara. Into Diego Forlan, shots comfortably wide. But again, we're seeing that pattern, aren't we? Start of the second half, then it becomes a completely different game. Maybe our pitch is on a massive hill we don't know about. That's the only other thing I can think. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Jamie O'Hara should be getting a yellow card. We might have to think about taking Schneiderlin off for that reason. But the performance otherwise has been pretty much exemplary. I just don't want that crazy 10 minutes we had against United. We've not kept a clean sheet in the league yet this year. As Spurs are starting to get yellow cards galore. We've not really added to the shot count in the second half. I think Diakate is going to get a yellow now as well. 62 minutes gone. And the problem is, without Sissoko, we've not got another brilliant replacement in midfield. So I am just going to leave it for now, although it can't just be a perfect day. Josie Altidore has come off injured. Jamie O'Hara was on a yellow, fouled him, and has still not been sent off. Rosman is really struggling physically as well. He's down to 63% condition. So I'm going to take Rosman off for Frederick Storr, and I'm going to bring John Fleck on for Josie Altidore. We've got one more sub, which in an ideal world would be Schneiderlin. I can maybe do that for Andreasen a bit later, go a little more defensive. Altidore's been stretchered off, and I worry that that's going to be a bad one, because for all of the brilliance we've added to the squad, up front, we've only got Fleck and Zamora in reserve. It wasn't a position we could afford to go and get a big second player. We might end up ruining that in the next few minutes as Chorluka gives it to Woodgate. Bit worried about what it might do for this game as well, because we've not got that big target through the middle. As James Milner, left side of the box for Spurs, crossing for Defoe. Oh, it's cost us on the day as well. That is a hammer blow. I've got options to bring on either Andreasen or Billy Jones. I think it's going to be Leon Andreasen. He's going to replace Schneiderlin. Adinho, of the two, I think is better going further forward. Or, I don't know actually, the more I look at it. I think I might leave Adinho back there, chuck Andreasen in the middle, and I'll just set him to not go forward quite as much. Back to the original tactic with the midfield three. And 1-1 on the day. Josie Altidore injured and an equaliser conceded. It's not been a good 5 minutes. And look at the stats. We've battered them. But we didn't take our chances. And here we are again. We're just over 10 minutes remaining. And we're back in dangerous set-piece territory as it's a good ball in. Just headed away. But Hangeland gets to the second ball. Puts it over the bar. Juan Albin is so lethal with those deliveries. He is a player we basically cannot afford to lose. But all I'm worrying about now is picking up the result. Look at that. Jachegli in no hurry to take the throw. Spurs are playing for a point. That's a sign of progress as Adinho picks it up in the centre circle. Big switch out to Enrique on the left. He cuts in and finds Leon Andreasen. Oh, why is he shooting from 40 yards? Seriously, Leon, you're allowed to pass the ball. Andreasen again. Good ball up to Fleck. That's what happens when you pass it. John Fleck. Good save from Gomez. Oh, where's Calamity Aurelio now? He's become a consistent keeper here. Andreasen finds Skelbred. He's got space, beats Genus, finds John Fleck again. Good block, out to Giuliano. James Milner challenges him, hoofs it downfield. Hangeland will start again on halfway to Enrique. We're finishing the stronger as Skelbred looks for Albin wide, then takes on his man, beats him into the box. Genus hacks him down. Dirty play from Spurs. Jermaine Genus gets the yellow. Had to stop him before he got in the box, but this is a dangerous position for Juan Albin. He's already got 2 this year. He was Premier League Player of the Year last season. Put it round that wall. Why did you go that side? It was a 2-man wall. Aurelio had left his near post. 21 shots to 6. We've had 4 clear-cut chances. And we've only scored 1 in this game. Only ourselves to blame, really, as Andreasen up against Genus. Oh, do not shoot. Oh, what is it with him? He's not even got a trait to say that he likes long shots. Don't get it. A really frustrating result. An incredibly good performance. Like, genuinely brilliant. But what is the injury news and where are the points coming? Because if we're going to beat any of that top 7 we finished behind last year, we've got to win some of those games. Oh, there's nothing. There's nothing for Josie Altidore. So he should be fine. In that case, it's not the worst day in the world. Apparently, we were expected to lose heavily to Spurs. Okay, we'll take that. Goal controversially given against us. It looked all right to me. So I'm just going to say I don't have an opinion. It seems your players have a real eye for goal. I'm not sure about that. Given the chances we created, Giuliano finally arrived today. The chairman's looking to sell the club. What impact could that have on the team? That'd be good if we can get a tycoon or something. We can really have a go, can't we? Will we punished by a controversial goal? We don't know. Let's go and get ahead to Thursday night. Away at Maribor, we're going to gamble and rest people. So I think we'll be able to get the result there. Hopefully, we can pick up 6 points against them and then win one of the home games against the big teams. Well, Thursday night football has arrived and really the pressure is on straight away because it's our only very winnable game of the 3 in the group. We have got to make sure we don't drop points against Maribor despite having to rotate the team. No idea what I want from the other games. Sampdoria with the likes of young Andrea Poli, Antonio Cassano's there up front. They've got quality all over the team. Barcelona star-studded. So we'll see what those two produce against each other. This is a Maribor side that, to give perspective, lost to Helsingborg in qualifying in the Champions League. So they're not the best side in the world, but they're still going to be better than what we faced in qualifying. Let's go and look at our 11. It's going to be fully rotated from the weekend. We'll be back in a minute to run through it and head in to our first Europa League game. So this is what we've opted for in the end. It is a fully changed 11. And there's a few on the bench that are a little different as well. I've left Didinho out despite Sissoko maybe being back for the weekend. I didn't want to take a risk. We've got to be honest, we've got big Premier League games the next couple of months. All those winnable matches before the horror run in November. We've got to take advantage. So today, Ali Al-Habsi is in between the sticks with Stort and Olsen, the fullbacks. First games for the club for Olsen. A second debut for Webster alongside Ignashevich at centre-half. Leon Andreasen is in the holding role with no licence to take long shots. Billy Jones and John Fleck, the midfield two. And Jermaine Pennant is back for his first appearance of the season, with Beasley and Zamora completing the front three. On the bench, we've also got other options, so Danny Murphy, Omazusi and Alex Harrison, the youngster. So 3 players that could come on if all's going well. And then there's a few game savers if we need them. The likes of Diacati, Adinho, Giuliano, the weekend's hero, and Josie Altidore. Let's go and get through to the first group stage game. This is massive. We've got to win. Let's go and see if we can do the job in Slovenia. Well, 4-4-2 for a Maribor team that's not quite as strong as it was in other years of FM, but they've already got a centre-half who can pop up with set-piece goals, so we're going to have to be cautious against that. We want to tell the boys that we expect them to win. I want a positive performance. I want a front-footed display, and I want this to be a comfortable night because goal difference could become very important in this group. If we get 1 win and 1 defeat that are level against Sampdoria, it will come down to how many we beat Maribor by, or if we can nick a point off Barcelona. I think the Maribor wins could be more likely. As Beasley gets to the byline, 5 minutes gone, chance to cut into Fleck, good shot blocked, and it's a foul by Pennant on the rebound. Something else we've got to bear in mind here, we mentioned that Olsen's making his debut, Pennant's first appearance of the season, Webster the same. There's players who either aren't fit, haven't gelled, or haven't played together before. Could make it more difficult as Fleck picks it up in central midfield. Goes wide to Martin Olsen, who I'm convinced will be a great signing once he gets going. Ball into the front post, finds Bobby Zamora. And his header is in. Beats Murtic in the air. It's a fantastic leap from Bobby. And his 5th goal of the season against weaker European opposition. He's a lovely player to be able to bring in. Not quite Premier League level, but doing a job for us on Thursday night. 1-0 to Fulham. The perfect start in Slovenia. And we're back just a couple of minutes later with Martin Olsen again, finding John Fleck and Billy Jones. Out to Pennant on the right-hand side, can cut in. Chance to have a shot here for Jermaine Pennant. Oh, what a finish. What a return to fitness for him. 3 months out injured. We kept him over Dempsey because, one, we believed in his turn of pace as a different option out wide, but also because he was homegrown in the nation, and that suited us for this competition. And it certainly has here as well. 2-0 in 17 minutes. And there are the 3 points that we really wanted. Now, can we go and get a big score? As Olsen throws into Jones. Should help with the morale at the club as well. We shouldn't have as much unhappiness from backup players. They're going to get 3, 4, 5 games in these competitions. as that one's a little more fortunate. John Fleck turns and hits one from 25 yards. It's going straight at the goalkeeper, takes a big nick off the centre half and flies into the top corner with no chance for the number one. 3-0 in 20 minutes, a fantastic start, but that one had more than had a fortune about it. No denying that. And we've got a corner now with 25 on the clock. We know we're a threat from these. Andy Webster in. It's going to be a battle between the big three, isn't it? I tell you what, let's get the scores up now this one's done so we can look at what's happening with Barcelona versus Sampdoria. Barca 2-0 up. And just to give you a little bit of an indicator, and I'll put it there so you can see it above my head. Barcelona's goals, a Messi penalty, and back in the day when Bojan was a proper wonder kid, Bojan Krkic with a second when he was this good at the age of 20. How are Barca in the Europa League here? I don't understand how they've not got in the top three in La Liga. Does not make sense. I know Valencia were brilliant at this time. I know Atletico and Real Madrid both had good teams. But seriously, Xavi scored the third for them in the Europa League as John Fleck turns inside the box. A good challenge from the defender. We can enjoy this like a party, like we did in qualifying now. Good fitness for some of these players. It means the youngster Harrison will get a run out as well. And we can manage the minutes of people coming back. Jermaine Pennant, give him an hour. Martin Olsen the same. As Pennant cuts it inside to Leon Andreasen. He's still shooting. I've told you not to, Leon. Will you please listen to me? For his many great attributes, he's the one player who seems to just hit it from anywhere. As Fleck gets the cross in, headed away well. Jermaine Pennant brings it down to Beasley. Chance to shoot from the right side of the box. Cuts inside. Dribbling all around the place. Beats 3 or 4. Gets to a wide position. Can cross it again. Good ball across. Is cleared away. We're having a field day here. Let's hope Sampdoria are that week when they come to Craven Cottage. Because that's going to be a crucial one for us. If we can win that game as well, I believe we can go through. As John Fleck picks the ball up to Billy Jones in midfield. Through ball to Beasley. He's in one-on-one. Good first touch. Saved by the goalkeeper. 8 shots on target in 40 minutes. To be honest, we played this well against Spurs, didn't we? We've had less chances in this game. It's just that we've taken them against poorer opposition. It's headed away as far as Jermaine Pennant. He gets the chance to put a challenge in, but it's cleared by Maribor. I think it's going to be 4 at the break. We're going to look at the youngster Harrison. We're going to look at Omazusi. We'll look at Danny Murphy. The 4 big guns can stay on the bench as Beasley goes up. John Fleck on the second ball. Chance to play wide to Beasley again. He's got an overlap if he wants it. Instead goes to the byline. Crosses to the back post. Jermaine Pennant's there. Brings it down and inside with his first touch. And a shot straight at the goalkeeper. Frederick Storr trying to get in for the second. But it's hacked away. Out for a throw-in. It is very good stuff from us at the minute. And we're top of the group on goal difference, which is a lovely feat to say. All we need now really is we return for another corner just before half-time. Webster up. Oh, good save. All we need is Sampdoria to somehow drop points against Maribor. And then we can really start to party, can't we? Because we're going to win the home game against them. As John Fleck gets the chance. Outswinger this time. Zamora brings it down. That's a great finish. Bobby's on a hat-trick. And he's really doing the job today. Maybe we can get him a hat-trick by the hour mark. Then get Alex Harrison on for a chance up front. I'm starting to be optimistic now, aren't I? The chances are Bobby will go out to the right. And Harrison will go up front. But at half-time, a 5-0 lead, a brilliant display. Barca are battering Sampdoria as well. So it looks like this group is going to come down to us v Sampdoria. And who wins those games? Messi's got a second for Barca on the night. They're 4-0 up as well. And we're going to make changes in a few minutes. It's been a very quiet start to the second half. With 10 gone, it's Martin Olsen with a throw on the left. Beasley with a chance to cross. Deflects out to Zamora, who's drifted wide to Frederick Storr on the edge of the box. Goes back out wide to Olsen. Him and Pennant will be coming off shortly, but for now, can he create a goal? Olsen to the byline, good ball across. Ilic, the keeper, reacts well. We'll give it 5 more minutes, just build up that fitness. But don't forget, 6 days' time, Sheffield Wednesday in the League Cup. And basically this side is going to play again, as Brecco picks the ball wide to Kramberger. Over halfway he goes, good ball up, but Webster intercepts. Finds his former Rangers teammate John Fleck, and now Billy Jones has acres of space in the centre circle. Out to Frederick Storr. Time in possession, finds John Fleck. Run on the left from Beasley, run down the middle from Zamora, but Fleck wants to go alone. Gets to the edge of the box, goes for the shot. Comfortably over the bar. Not the best effort in the world, that. 6-0 Barca, we've been overtaken at the top of the group. Messi's completed his hat-trick and Gerard Piqué has scored again. I wasn't kidding when I said all of the big boys were still there. It's genuinely a joke, as Fleck puts one just wide of the post. An hour on the clock. We're edging very close now to the territory where we make the 2 subs, and we will after this highlight as Zamora finds Fleck, has support out wide. John Fleck goes alone, puts it over. A little bit greedy that. Let's make the first couple of changes. We're going to go Elliot Omazusi for Martin Olsen with Storr switching over to the left-hand side. We're going to bring on Alex Harrison for Jermaine Pennant with Bobby Zamora drifting to the right. And then Danny Murphy is the other one, really. And it's about who we want to take off. There's no one that I really need to rest for the weekend. John Fleck's going to be on the bench, but so will Beasley, so will a couple of others. So I think for 5 or 10 minutes, we might leave it. It's not like we need to give Danny Murphy 25 minutes for his development. He can come on with 15 to go. It doesn't matter. Great option to have on the bench as an experienced pro. A 5-0 to Fulham. A great performance on the night. Now, can we get Alex Harrison that elusive goal? That is the final question we've got here. I think as we head into the final 20, I am going to take John Fleck off for Murphy. Just bring him on. Do we want him to run with the ball? Yeah, he's all right at it. That's fine. Against opposition like this, I think we can get away with that. Danny Murphy on for John Fleck, who gets a rest. With 20 minutes remaining, it's been almost a perfect night. But can we add 1 or 2 more? Can we get that goal for Alex Harrison? That's all I really want now. Andreasen picks up a silly booking. It's been a really good night so far. Well, weirdly, the last 10 minutes, Maribor have started to absolutely dominate possession. Whether they're just trying to keep it and limit the damage, I don't know. They go for a big one from distance, which is comfortably over. They're still not threatening a goal. They're not getting in our box or having shots on target. But it does seem that they're trying to take the sting out of the game and just accept their punishment now. Though Jones has nicked it back from a loose pass on halfway. Finds Harrison, who's got support out wide. Instead plays short to Murphy. 2 options on the right. Jones is one of them. Has support ahead from Bobby Zamora, who cuts in from the right on his hat-trick still. Unselfishly plays to Billy Jones, who shoots high and wide. 3 minutes remaining. We're not going to add another goal, are we? Can't complain, no. 5-0 and job done at half-time. And we've got it wrapped up. The first 3 points in the first game. But the next 2 tests are going to be much trickier. Barcelona have romped a victory against Sampdoria. Are we going to be able to beat them as well? We've got Barca at home in the meantime, which will be a good laugh. The Sampdoria next. That is going to be the crucial game. Let's see what we can do with the final chance. We're past the 2 minutes of stoppage time. Andreasen plays it to Jones, gets it back again. Of course he does. Just to prove me wrong, he puts a screamer in the top corner. 6-0. And Leon Andreasen scores it. Of course his long shots had to come off eventually. The skipper rounds off the victory. It's 6-0 to Fulham. And you know what? The 2 performances against Spurs and against Maribor, brilliant from 2 different 11s. What a shame we just couldn't nick that deserved win in the first game. A really good result, sensational effort from the boys. Now let's go and see if Barca got a 7th or if we're going to be joint top of the group. They did. Barcelona got a 7th goal. Lionel Messi added a 4 for the night. But what a start to the Europa League campaign for us. A bit of money in the bank and a big victory as well. But that was the game we expected to win. We're going to get through the next 6 off camera. We will be back for definitely Sampdoria. And in one of the games either side of it in the Premier League. It's going to be a massive few games. We want to make progress in the Cup. We want to try and have a great day against Barcelona. But realistically, the Sampdoria game is the one that matters. And that's the one I'm going to show you. If you did enjoy this one, 2 brilliant performances, but only 4 points rather than 6 to show for it. And please do put a thumbs up on the video. If you want to stay up to date with the rest of this season, as we return on Monday with a blockbuster Europa League tie, and subscribe and turn that notification bell on. Don't forget to go and check out the podcast channel where we're going to be back next week with our pre-season predictions for the EFL. And of course, plenty of manager specials there too. Live streams to come next week as well on Twitch. Make sure you don't miss any of it. I'll see you back here on Monday as we face Sampdoria in what I assume will be the group stage decider for second spot.